welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a little while since one of these, but we are doing a Reddit reaction. I am going to be looking at, am I overreacting? And I do think I'm going to take a little space away from the weight loss
crazy since I'm trying to be a weight loss channel, but
I want some reach, okay? So share this with your friends. 24, female. I am uncomfortable with my boyfriend's physical relationship with his sister. Am I overreacting, or is this inappropriate enough to confront him about? We're gonna keep reading because surely this isn't gonna be as bad as it sounds, right? I have in a stable, loving relationship with my boyfriend, age 28, for nearly a year. I have noticed from the beginning that his relationship with his younger sister, age 22, is very affectionate. He is protective over her and they are very close, emotionally and physically. It's the physical stuff that bothers me. Okay, how physical are we talking? Sometimes it is just the typical sibling horseplay, which I don't mind, but sometimes it's more than that. He usually initiates the interaction by wrapping his arms around her for no reason, picking her up, pulling her towards him by her waist, etc. There have been times where he would be concerned that she is lonely when she has been stuck at home all day with no one to hang out with, and he will actually try to get out of hanging out with me so that he can go see her and go get coffee, eat dinner, and shop together. It doesn't seem to occur to him that this would leave me alone. So maybe they just have like a close sibling relationship. Maybe parents weren't there growing up or something like that, and they feel like they just have each other, and he wants to be concerned about her because she's his baby sister. So maybe that's it. Pulling in by the waist, that's a little awkward. I mean, I don't like that.
When boys and girls live in the same home, awkward situations can arise. Sometimes I've heard even brothers and sisters develop certain affections.
I recently witnessed a particular disturbing interaction between them when he was sitting in an armchair and she came over and sat on the edge/arm of the chair. He then grabbed her and pulled her onto his lap and held her there, rocking her back and forth like a baby and holding her close to him.
this continued for several minutes, and I was so uncomfortable that I couldn't even watch this happening just a couple feet in front of me.
I looked away, trying to ignore it and hoping it would stop. I noticed they both kept looking at me to see what my reaction was. This reminds me of a story Chris reacted to recently where the brother and the sister are sharing a girlfriend. Or at least that's what I remember from it. Maybe I'm completely off. I wasn't paying attention. I was making dinner. The rocking her like a baby makes me feel like maybe she has some sort of trauma that maybe that helps. I don't know. I'm trying to be charitable, okay? But it's a little weird. Them looking for your reaction, that's like maybe they're just trying to with you. I don't know. Every time I see him display such physical affection for his sister, I am angry, jealous, and humiliated. I'm afraid to discuss my concerns with him because I'm afraid of looking irrational and possessive. Well, he's your boyfriend. Wait, maybe that's gonna out me for being a possessive freak. I also don't want him to feel like I'm accusing him of incest or something. I have no reason to believe their relationship is romantic. Well, the way they're touching each other is kind of romantic, but I don't know, maybe I'm just icked out. Am I being unreasonable? Should I discuss this with him and ask him to tone it down or prepare for defensiveness and arguments? Or should I just try to accept the nature of their relationship? Man, I've never been in that kind of situation. I think it's a little weird behavior. And just scrolling through these comments, I feel like there's a lot of weird people in the world because there's a lot of people that are defending this behavior. And I think it's a little weird. I think if you're so humiliated and jealous, maybe this isn't the relationship for you if you can't handle your partner being super close with their sibling. I personally don't think it would be for me. But all the comments that are like saying you shouldn't be with him because you're the bad person because it's just his sister. I mean, I think maybe they're defending it because maybe they have interesting relationships with their siblings. I did like this comment. I hope this person has left the relationship, but for anyone reading this, I hope you have the guts to trust your instincts and your own gut feelings and give yourself permission not to tolerate any relationship that makes you feel uncomfortable, shut out, or manipulated. 100%. That's why I think maybe this isn't the relationship for her. A lot of the answers from people who have weird relationships themselves and they are defensive because they want to defend their own unhealthy family relationships. Many answers even admit that they think this behavior is weird, but then still go on to defend it because they want to give a virtue signal about how tolerant and accepting they are. The behavior of this brother and sister is inappropriate, period. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's too uncomfy to be appropriate. The fact that they were watching you to gauge your reaction, that's a tell right there. They were playing with you, getting off on how they were making you feel. Your boyfriend wanted you to ask or challenge him on his behavior so he could have the perfect opportunity to tell you how you were wrong and to belittle you while defending his perfectly normal relationship with his sister. And you would be dumped, given the brother and the sister the fix that they needed to make their relationship continue and feel right in their eyes. Maybe that's a little crazy of a response, to be honest. Crazy. We're gonna go ahead and do another one.
This next one is pretty long, isn't it?
Am I overreacting about my boyfriend's sister, or is this not normal? Okay, what's going on with all these brother-sister relationships? I'm starting to question the people on Reddit.
Oh, my sweet summer child.
I'm honestly exhausted and fed up, and I need to get this off my chest because this has been going on for almost 3 years and I feel like I'm losing my mind. I'm 20 female and my boyfriend is 21 male, and from the very beginning, his sister, 18 female, has had an issue with me for absolutely no reason. I didn't do anything to her. I showed up and she decided she didn't like me. I remember meeting a couple of my brother's girlfriends. I didn't really like them immediately because you want the best for your siblings, right? And you don't know these girls. At first it was subtle, ignoring me, being cold, talking about me behind my back. Then it escalated. One of the first really disturbing things she did was pretend to be an unknown caller and call my phone, acting like she has hooked up with my boyfriend, her own brother, just to mess with my head and to try and break us up. That alone should have been a massive red flag, but it never stopped. She has repeatedly over the years tried to interfere with our relationship. I totally read that last sentence wrong, but maybe I just have like an ick factor already because of the first story. Somehow, I'm constantly painted as lazy or like I do nothing, which is ridiculous because I don't even live with them and I still help more than she does. I cook, I clean, I tutor, and I spend a lot of time with their family. Her dad literally gave me the house passcode because they trust me, but she wouldn't know that because she stays in her room most of the time and only comes out to start problems. Thanks to you, teenager. But what kind of problems is she starting? Let's find out if you're gonna share such details. Most recently, she's been lying about me. She accused me of cheating even though my boyfriend has full access to my phone and my location, and I've never cheated. She has body shamed me, threatened to put her hands on me, thrown things at me and pretended it was an accident, and slammed doors knowing I was right behind her. At this point, it feels intentional and intimidating. The situation that completely pushed me over the edge involved her cat. Her cat got neutered and I was the one who booked the appointment because she clearly wasn't taking responsibility. Keep your paws off other people's animals. Granted, I do believe cats maybe, should be fixed because the stray cat problem in the world is just awful and getting worse. But taking someone else's cat and getting them fixed is kind of meh. Like, did the parents ask you to do that or something? I don't know. Context in that matters, but we're just going to keep going. I also wrote down the vet's aftercare instructions because I knew they mattered. She didn't read them or follow them, and the cat was clearly uncomfortable. I stepped in to help because the animal needed care. I stayed calm and said I would handle it, and she completely lost it. She told me to shut up, yelled "control your bitch" at my boyfriend, called me slurs, and did all of this in front of the youngest sister. Later, she told her parents that I swore at her, which never happened. While she was yelling at me, I was holding her cat and trying to put a cone on him, so I couldn't even react or leave. I just had to stand there and take it. After that, when my boyfriend and I went downstairs, I broke down. My heart was racing, my hands were shaking, and my chest tightened so badly it hurt to breathe. Now every time she's around, my body reacts the same way. I feel nauseous, anxious, and on edge. Stop going over to their house. You shouldn't have to go through that, but you also maybe shouldn't put yourself in that situation. The fact that she's causing panic attacks, because that's what that sounds like to me. I do think you should stop going around them completely. It sounds like a toxic environment. It sounds like even though the parents maybe trust you because they gave you the passcode, maybe they don't really care about your well-being, since it doesn't seem like they're reeling in their child's behavior, because even though she's 18, she's their child in their house. They should be controlling that. I've tried staying quiet and being mature because I didn't want to cause problems in this family. But at this point, I'm scared when she's around and I don't feel safe or comfortable in that house. This started when she was 15 and she's now 18 and nothing has changed. I'm exhausted, anxious, and done pretending this is normal. That's even worse. So she's been doing this for 3 years and 15 is a child. So it's like the parents definitely should be fixing this problem. That's an L on the parents' part, but teenagers are crazy, and I don't know the likelihood of them listening, because if she's acting like this, maybe she's always acted like this and just gets her way. I don't know. Maybe it's middle child syndrome. I don't know. TLDR, what does that mean?
Knowledge is power.
My boyfriend's sister has been hostile toward me for almost 3 years, including lying, accusing me of cheating, trying to break us up, and intimidating behavior. Ongoing conflict triggered panic symptoms for me, and now I don't feel safe or comfortable around her. I'm wondering if I'm overreacting or if distancing myself is necessary. Distancing yourself is necessary. Distancing yourself is necessary. You should never put yourself in a situation like that. I do feel like the boyfriend should be, you know, sticking up for you, and it doesn't sound like in the story that that's happening. So I don't know. I hate, like, when I see Reddit reactions and the comments are always saying, divorce him, break up with him, you don't need to be with him. But these stories are like, I don't know if you should be with him if he's not supporting you. Because if it's how this is now, imagine how it's going to be when you all have children, if that's y'all's paths, you know. It's just going to be worse, and maybe the children will bully your children. So it's just kind of like, you need to take a lot of things into consideration. I'm going to look at the comments and see what they say. What your boyfriend is doing to help isn't working. Why are his parents not doing a damn thing about how their crazy daughter is treating you? I'll tell you why. They don't care about you. Pretty blunt, but yeah. Bottom line, you have to protect yourself. Stop going over there. Stop interacting with her. This can't go on. She's abusing you, and everyone is just standing by like it's no biggie. You have to prioritize your mental health. Please, for the love of God, stop hanging around his house. I don't understand why you keep going back for more. You should consider breaking up with your boyfriend. His sister will always treat you like this. She'll treat your kids like this. There's no future for you in that family. And that's like really hard to be told, but especially after a 3-year relationship. But I mean, you're young, so I'm sure there'll be another relationship, and I'm sure it'll be with someone whose family isn't going to treat you like garbage. The first story grossed me out.
You're nasty.
This story made me sad for you, because that's just, it's not cool. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any opinions on either of these stories, leave them in the comments below. I look forward to hearing what you guys think. If you find any Reddit stories that you think I would be interested in, you could leave them in the comments, or like send me a link on Instagram and I can look into that and do a little reaction on another Wednesday for you. I do want to thank you for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.